It's scary to watch. Holy shit, it's like seeing a crack pipe in your Uber driver's passenger seat. The fuck is wrong with this guy? Yo, he is lunching, nigga. I watched Donald Trump in a press conference, and this motherfucker had all the media gathered, and this nigga literally asked the media to their face to stop finding shit out. I was like, yo.
We gotta understand that time is over. Black people, we already had our time. We already had the first black president. Now it's time for the first flaming hot Cheeto president. So little orange boys and girls know that they too can make it. That's why for tonight's hair, I look like a civil rights leader, because that's what I need to be looking like to the police. Like. But it's new shit now. Trump is in there. And Trump didn't wait. We didn't have to worry. Trump was finna do. Trump got on that shit immediately.
They're suing all our companies. And if that's going to happen, we want to be the ones that sue, not them. And they use it almost as a form of running European countries, and the EU in particular has been very violent in its lawsuits against our companies, and frankly, very violent and very bad to our airlines. I've gotten calls from the heads of airlines saying they stop in Europe and they're getting charged all sorts of taxes that they never even heard of. They stop and they're getting fined and charged, and they do it only with American companies. They're not doing it to other countries, so we're stopping it. And we have another thing, we have another step to go, and if they don't shape up, as an example, Apple has had to pay like $17 billion in a lawsuit that nobody thought was worth anything. And I won't get into the judge or the decision or how the decision was arrived, but I'm pretty good at this stuff, and I think it's disgraceful. And Google's being sued, Facebook's being sued, and many others are being sued by their so-called government, if you call it a government, EU, and they don't treat us right. They don't treat us right as a country. So we're going to protect our companies. We have to protect our companies. So we're not going to have any companies left anymore. I also want to thank Apple, though, for announcing they're going to invest $500 billion in our country. That's the biggest investment anybody's probably made to this date. And they're going to do it very quickly, and that's because of tariffs. They don't want to pay the tariffs, and they feel very strongly about the country. Now, they wouldn't have done it without us. Without the Trump administration, they wouldn't have done it. But they feel very strongly about the direction of the country. The polls have shown that, too. The polls are coming out showing direction of the company is of the country is the best they've ever seen, actually. Best they've ever seen. So I just want to thank Tim Cook and Apple for the confidence. $500 billion. That's the biggest investment anyone has made in a short period of time.
Between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair. A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion fucking dollars in the bank. Involved, excuse me, my turn. You said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
And your father was never considered smart. He was never considered a good senator. He was only a good vice president because he understood how to kiss Barack Obama's ass.
Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the
answer? Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person.
Don't be rude. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
It's just awfully good that someone
with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do. She was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
His visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly. My goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump.
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there.
Day one, Trump was on his shit. He announced his motherfucking cabinet. It was Hitler, Satan, Darth Vader. God damn, Trump. What the fuck is you supposed to do? He showed up with stormtroopers and shit. Dun, 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 dun.
Yo, this motherfucker is bugging. And then, I'm not even making this up, his lips started sweating. His lips. Have you ever seen a motherfucker's lip sweat? What the fuck is wrong with this nigga's lips? It's like if you're on a plane, right? You ever been on a plane? I get scared to fly. I do it all the time. I be scared on there. And sometimes the plane will hit turbulence. And then I get nervous. But I always look at the flight attendant, and she looks calm, and it makes me feel calm. But if that bitch's lips were sweating, it's terrifying. Like, yo, nigga, why are your lips sweating? What do you know? And then, I'm not even making this shit up. This motherfucker grabbed the podium, he goes, you don't know how scary the things I read in my briefings are. And I was like, holy shit, man, you ain't supposed to tell us that, bro.
Trump don't give a fuck. Trump don't follow nobody's rules. The president is supposed to be at the White House. Our president is wherever the fuck he wanna be. He in New York, he in the South, playing golf. Our president don't give a fuck. They used to say, will your president be awake at 3 o'clock in the morning to answer the phone? If it rings, shit, yeah, our president is up. Our president is a vampire. That motherfucker sent 23 tweets at 12:30. What the fuck is you talking about? That motherfucker is on it.
That's bad leadership. Even as a parent, you think I'm gonna sit my kids down? Hey, little man, come here real quick. I want to holler at you for a second. Yo, I'm 3 months behind on the rent, nigga, and I am worried. Very worried. Gonna go to school and have a productive day, nigga. I was just thinking out loud, getting some shit off my chest. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? This is bad, man.
If they had a nice, sensible president. Now we finna see what America is like with a motherfucking bully in that bitch. Trump don't give a fuck. The president's supposed to think of something, then talk about it with the Senate and the Congress, pass a bill, and then do it. Trump don't give a fuck. Trump sent off 50 missiles to Syria while he was in his bathroom with an Xbox One controller. See what they say when they see that shit.
Jesus Christ. All this motherfucker's ideas sound like high people ideas. Like he doesn't think these things through before he tells us. He just tells us what he's thinking as soon as it occurs to him. This shit sounds nuts. I'm gonna go to China and I'm gonna get those jobs from China and bring them back here to America. For what, nigga? So iPhones can be $9,000? Leave that job in China where it belongs. None of us want to work that hard. What the fuck is he thinking? I want to wear Nikes. I don't want to make them shits. What the fuck are you doing? Stop trying to give us Chinese jobs.
Trump don't give a fuck. That motherfucker is on it, whatever the fuck it is. Barack Obama was in office 8 years. He did 8 things. He was in office 8 years. He did 8 things. Trump been in office 100 days. He done 100 fucked up things. Every time he wake up, he just signed another fucked up piece of paper. Wait till they see this when they wake the fuck up, since they want to talk.
I am going to bring back coal. Coal? I'm not even exaggerating. I have never in my life even seen a fucking lump of coal. I honestly don't even know what coal is for. If you're gonna have motherfuckers digging around in the dirt looking for shit, find me some truffles, nigga. That's what I'm about. And these truffle prices are getting out of control. If it gets any worse, I'm gonna be back down to regular butter like everybody else.
Trump do not sleep. He don't play by no rules. He don't care what the rules. History Month, he don't even know which niggas is which. He thought Ben Carson was Frederick Douglass. Some of y'all don't even believe me. He looked right at Ben Carson. He said that Frederick Douglass has been doing a great job. He's been getting more and more recognition every day. He looked right at Omarosa and said, and Harriet Tubman has been doing a great job out there in the community as well.
Terrible, terrible job. This motherfucker hit North Korea with rap battle threats. Fire and fury, like, yo! Yo, what are you doing?
It's fucked up. It's getting dangerous out there. As black people, minorities, we used to just being able to watch the news a little bit and then walk off. Not with Trump. Niggas is watching the news like it's the playoffs. Did they say anything about niggas yet? We got one more day then, one more day. Hispanic people, since y'all in here, I'm gonna let y'all know. Black people is y'all's friends. If they come after y'all, they got to come after us. And I can say that because we know if they start coming after y'all, we next anyway. Don't worry, Hispanic people. We will open up that Underground Railroad so quick. We got the blueprints.
You know, one of the things that makes President Donald Trump very, very interesting is him really being there for his nation, you know, putting his people first, putting America first, wanting to. President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they are both kind people, you know. Elon Musk is a very, very kind person, and one of the things I really respect about Elon Musk is he does things for humanity, you know. He doing things for humanity. I mean, like whatever he does, he does it with the aim of um helping humanity, you know, not for profit making. Like you see with the Starlink constellation. That's why they always say it's very, very important to speak a lot of languages, and it's good to have translator because the person you might be talking to might be saying something that is not in the favor of the language uh, that you understand or that you're talking about. And I mean, it is a good initiative from President Donald Trump, right? Uh, you wanna protect your companies, right? You don't want uh, your companies being taxed thousands and thousands of millions and billions of dollars. You know, so I mean, you gotta protect your companies, right? Your people come first. Your people are not just your people, but they're also your companies too. So they need to come first. So you can say whatever you want to say about the president, but the president is right. A lot of American companies get um, so it's very important to put your companies first, right, and your people first. And your people first are not just your people, but also your companies too. So also companies too in your country. So President Donald Trump making sure that American companies don't get a lot of suits and fines and the rest. It is very important, because you say you talk about the I think airlines going into some countries and they get fines, like just landing the country and they get fines the next minute. So it's crazy. But I think excuse me, I think having a balance, right? Especially when it comes to the laws, it's something that is very important. And another thing too that is I would say that is very important um, is for both countries to sit together and really discuss about certain things that really affect the laws in their countries. Because um, because if somebody goes into a country and he or she doesn't know the laws of that country, right, and does something, and the person might get fined. The person might get fined for it. So, and at the end of the day, get himself into trouble. So it is very important. Very important to really for both countries to come into negotiations on laws issues, and not just come into negotiations on laws issues, but really, like, especially if American airlines are going into Europe, they should at least Europe should provide them the laws of Europe so that they can know that, hey, if we do this, we're gonna get into trouble. If we do that, we're gonna get into trouble um because sometimes they do things not knowing and they end up getting into trouble for it. So it's interesting, if I may say. Not like happily interesting, but not good, but it just shows you how it is easy to get into it is easy to get fines in Europe for laws that you don't know about. So for laws that you don't know about. So so knowing those laws, something that is very important. You know, it is something that is very important. And also another thing that is very important is warnings. There are certain places that you go and that they give you warnings like, hey, if you do this, you're gonna get fined. Do this, you're gonna get this. But sometimes you go into a place you don't even know the fines that you might get. So, and do something, you just get yourself get fines right away. You know, I mean, there are some places that are heavy on fines. Like they're way more heavy on fines than other places. But it's just good to be alert about it and know beforehand. Thank you.